My name is Luz. I'm a 19-year-old single mother, and I had my daughter when I just had turned 15. My whole life has been very traumatic, hard, emotional, and filled with disappointment. In 2017, my daughter and I were put in a foster care system, and chaos flooded my life. Since I didn't know my rights or how the system works, I was in and out of many places. Finally, chaos stopped and I entered a group home. That's when I met my Brave Life peer navigator, Paulette Young. Paulette started working with me because I was aging out of care. She would fight for me like a lioness fights for her cubs, and I didn't understand why until she told me about her personal life. I always say things happen for a reason. And it's true, because although she was there to help me plan my discharge goals, she ended up being my personal life coach and my go-to friend in my crazy life. Watching her talk in our meetings made me realize that I wanted that power in every sense in my life. I wanted to be able to advocate for myself, to let everyone know my thoughts, and to fight for my daughter the way she fought for me. I learned to stand up for myself and to let no one plan out my life, especially the foster care system. Today, I have my own place, a job, and my life is full of courage, strength, and confidence. I think about all the things I have learned from Paulette and added them to my everyday life with confidence that I'm doing the right thing for me and my daughter. It's crazy to think that at one point in my life, I was vulnerable and helpless. And now I'm successful and happy because of one person that came in my life by simple coincidence.
My name is Paulette Young, and I am a peer navigator for Brave Life. A peer navigator is a person with lived experience in the system. We work with young people that are currently in foster care with a laser focus on youth that are aging out of foster care. Our program takes you through 3 phases of engagement, empowerment, and connections. I started in child welfare because I was a product of the foster care system. I was removed from home at the age of 12. I had my firstborn at the age of 15, and I aged out of care at 21. I never wanted my child to become a product of the system, so I spent a lot of my time advocating for myself and my daughter. I met Luz and her daughter 2 years ago when she was referred to me through her aftercare worker for extra support. I was given her previous history, but it's important to get to know a young person and not just go through their case file. I started engaging with Luz by getting to know her wants and needs and where she was struggling in life. I worked closely with her on how to advocate for herself, how to identify and utilize system connections, and how to maintain healthy relationships with her family, friends, and peers. Witnessing Luz's growth reminded me of my experience in care, which I shared with her. I share my story if I feel it's going to make a difference in a young person's life. Luz has graduated from Brave Life and is living on her own successfully. I will always be a part of her life because sometimes people come into your life for a reason or a season, but this connection will last a lifetime.